Hello, my name is Brian Marousek, and this is my startup, AutoArc. As designers in the architecture profession, we know the struggle of creating multiple design iterations that can take countless hours just for clients to change it. For example, Ken is a designer who has spent hours on a conceptual massing model and floor plans for an office building. The client wants to make the windows larger, thus making the structural and programming layout change, causing Ken to start over. Another example is Tim, who is a principal architect that determines project schedules and billable hours. He knows the iterative design process and wishes it wouldn't take so long in order to save money. And finally, Doug is a CAD modeler who wishes there was software that automates the repeated processes of schematic design. Now, this brings us to the problem. In schematic design, the project team determines the areas, physical requirements, and relationships of all the required building spaces and components, then confirms or revises the total building square footage and the total project budget, as well as the project schedule and occupancy dates. The schematic design phase can take between 2 to 4 months, where most of the time is spent reiterating building plans, renders, costs, and overall scope of the project. There are multiple changes throughout the phase between architects, engineers, clients, and consultants, where manipulating the CAD model becomes inefficient. From my experience working in a multifamily architecture firm, I have dealt with many owner changes and the repetition of tasks that I believe could be done more efficiently. So how can this be fixed? Let me introduce you to AutoArc, a software that allows architects, engineers, clients, and consultants to quickly produce building plans, masses, and information using defined input data and parameters. AutoArc promotes efficient interdisciplinary design practices and produces multiple iterations in order to maximize the schematic design phase. For this example, we'll be designing an apartment building, which can all be done in 3 easy steps: design, create, and reiterate. The first step is define, in which you'd enter all of your desired needs for the project. The first thing needed to be done is an outline of your site. Then enter your desired number of units, type of units, parking number, anticipated costs, etc. And the next step is create, which is when the software creates multiple options based on your desired inputs and just minutes. And the third and final step is reiterate, where you can manipulate and edit each design option to personalize your design and prepare for the next phase. The architect market is 2.7 million people, and that's just who's registered. That doesn't count for the millions in the design profession. The competition of AutoArc are these 3 companies: TestFit, Proving Ground, and Hypar. When evaluating these products, there are 3 main factors: pricing, interoperability, which is the software's ability to exchange information with other programs, and finally, the level of difficulty. TestFit is in the middle of the pack in pricing, interoperability, and level of difficulty. Since it is its own software, users will have to learn a whole new program and have limits on how they can exchange that information. Proving Ground uses company software already in use to create scripts and efficient workflows, which comes at a low price and medium interoperability and difficulty. And Hypar is the highest price by far, but contains an export option for any top software architects currently use, with a low level of difficulty. The goal for AutoArc is to kind of have the lowest price, highest interoperability, and lowest level of difficulty. It will be a software package that can either use data from existing software or create its own that can be exported successfully. The business model will be business to business. The key partners would be the architectural software industry, high school universities, and the engineering and construction industry. Our targeted customers would be the people within this industry who will be exposed to us via website, social media such as LinkedIn, a door-to-door quote-unquote salesman, and university sponsoring. Our startup would offer multiple packages at monthly and yearly pricing, with an additional revenue from consulting services that teaches users how to use the software, as well as partnerships from schools that advertise our student package. Our team would consist of an architect that implements the software into practice, 2 to 4 software programmers that work together developing this program, a marketing team that advertises to schools and businesses, and an architectural designer that helps with the design process. In order to proceed with our startup, we are asking for $25,000 for software fees, development, market, and partnership fees. We are projected to complete our product in 18 months. Want to change the landscape of the design process? Invest in AutoArc.